Okay, we're back. And this is going to be an interesting one. So I logged in here. It's been a few days. Labor Day weekend just finished up. It's kind of late, and I decided to hop on and do a little bit of crawl. And I remembered what an awkward place this character's in, because I have random rage from a mutation. I have this resistance penalty still, and it occurred to me that I think the best thing for me to do is I just really need a big pile of loot right now, because I really would like to find a ring that fixes my resistance problem, or a scarf that gives me RF plus as well. You know, the scarf of the elements or resistances or whatever it's called. Temperature resistance, something like that. Really, just any kind of item that gives me two resistances would be pretty nice. Or even an amulet with just one. I would take that, or a shield with one, or whatever. Just something that helps me out here. So the only two places left that have a nice big pile of loot, since we finished out Vaults 5, is basically the Tomb and Elven Halls. And I thought about it. So I can do Elf, I think, if I pop on the Golden Dragon Scales. Then I have RF Null and RC Plus. Or I could just probably even just do it just with stat form. Or I could go to Tomb and wear a couple of positive energy rings, and then I would have RN in stat form. That sounds pretty cool. But all things being equal, it's a tough choice. But I think when it comes down to it, it comes down to can I cast inside the Golden Dragon armor? And I cannot. I can't even do passage in the Golden Dragon armor. So I think I'm gonna have to do Tomb. So we're going to pick up a couple of rings of positive energy to start out this wacky scheme. I could also just roll into depths, but I'm just getting a little bit nervous with this RF penalty, even if we do have this many hit points. Oh hey, a few spider friends showing up. Okay, we got the two rings. Make sure that's not cursed. Very good. So, pro magic, not terribly important in Tomb unless I'm forgetting something. I don't like that I'm going to be using up more of my food, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? We'll get some more. If we actually manage to clear Tomb. Oh, hello. Quite a grouping of things here. But yeah, if we actually manage to clear Tomb, we'll get tons and tons and tons of loot. Gotta remind myself here exactly what this character can do. You know, you don't play for a couple days and it's like you've never played the character at all, you know? I know that happens to me anyway. I don't know about other people. Although I've read and I've seen videos where people will not play a character for so long that they just quit it, which I never really do that. But I could understand it. You just get frustrated because, you know, you don't remember what you can do. You don't feel like you just kind of lost the attraction for the character. I could see that. So I'm just looking over my items here real quick. I'm full up on items, but I don't think I need to worry about inventory management right now. So I'm really just checking to see what's available to me, what my options are. Having RN+++ is great. The only thing I need to watch out for in terms of MR, which is what I'm swapping off, is Sphinxes, which cannot paralyze me unless... Oh, hello. Okay. Well, let's actually drink Brilliance real fast and do Malign Gateway. Technically could have been Abyss there. I don't really mind so much at this point since we're max level. Or, well, what passes for max level. Turns out, I was actually wanting to know this. It's 17% if I use a Brilliance Potion. 17% chance to Malign Gateway. So I'm going to train a little more translocations, and that'll get our fail rate down on Passage as well, which is always nice. And we'll keep training on combat all the way up to 27. And I'm going to let my large rocks do the talking against him. Now, you know, actually, what am I doing? I need to put on this Ring of Fire because he can fireball. Looks like my tentacle is busy whacking my clone, but these large rocks will do the work. It's anti-magic, that's fine. Okay, there we go. Wow, really tempted to just carry this thing with me. In fact, I'm going to, because anti-magic is really nice to swap on for certain things, especially things in this branch, like greater mummies. Although we'll probably just try to kill them as fast as possible. Okay. Let's see. Passage is at 1% fail rate, actually, even without Brilliance. That's pretty cool. But training translocations is still a good idea to get Malign Gateway down. I don't think we're ever going to see 1% or 0% passage, unfortunately. Once I'm off the first floor, I'm going to keep my positive energy rings on at all times. But I happen to know a ton of Sphinxes spawn in here. However, Staff Form would be a good thing to keep up. The problem is that Staff Form, of course, still eats a lot of my hunger, and I don't have a ton of hit points, or excuse me, I don't have a ton of food lying around. Okay, can he paralyze me in Staff Form? No, he cannot. Of course, he can. Maybe we should set up this Pog. Quite a few Sphinxes, they can smite me to death. Let's kill them quickly. Lamp of Fire actually didn't quite do it as fast as I would have liked. Tempted to Apocalypse. Thankfully, they really cannot, well, how much can they smite for? Let's take a look at that. It would help if I spelled Sphinx correctly. Smiting for, yeah, 17, so just round to 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 120 damage possible-ish. I can melee this out. It's not like the Guardian Mummy is going to do much through my GDR. We want to take out the Smiters first, because they can just bypass my AC without having to go through GDR. And now I get to enjoy some Sphinx steaks here. Right, now we need to, I actually do need to do a little bit of inventory management. You know, I'm actually going to, just for now, I'm going to drop the Scrolls of Identify. I think it might, I mean, really I ought to just drop the stones, but I know as soon as I start using my large rocks, they'll start mulching. They have a low mulch rate, but that doesn't mean I want to just use them on anything, you know? Oh, hello. As soon as I drop my scrolls of identify, suddenly I need them. Let's try a better idea. Geez, I don't like to walk around without scrolls of vulnerability. They're really handy, but I'm gonna drop them for now. Silly. Inventory management gets really, really silly. That's not an amulet we want, by the way. Okay, this dude, well, I actually didn't know he could warning cry. And he did, and he made a ton of noise. Death rattle, that's the miasma, and then dispel undead, so miasma's no big deal for us. We just go staff form and we're pretty much immune. Okay, here we are. This dude can torment. Let's go ahead and get on the positive energy bus. So he can torment us, but well, that actually does quite a lot of damage. Let's get these rocks going. Oh, geez, come on. Penetration. Well, that's already more things than I would like to deal with. Let's apocalypse this stuff. And let's set up a pog. It fails. Man, I want to keep stat form up. But unfortunately, with all this drain, it's become rather difficult. Oh, you know, I'm being silly. I took off my whiz, of course. Now it's refreshed. We'll take a step into the pog. This isn't the best situation. Let's feel... I just want to get away from some of this stuff. Now that... Let's see, pog is 3% with the wizardry, so it's not so bad. Just keep pogging. The Bennu is so fast that he will quickly outpace his allies. I'm going to make... You know what? I'm going to Phantom Mirror him. Not the Ghost, but the Bennu. And I'm just going to start chucking large rocks at this dude's face until he gets here, which is very quickly because Bennu are insanely fast. And I'm just going to swing on the Bennu for a little while. And he goes away. Let's see if we can walk. Can we walk? I think we can walk. Oh, a Lich. 12% chance to banish, huh? Well, I'm going to have to pop on Pro Magic, unfortunately. My exhaustion is gone, so it's an option to Apocalypse. Paralyze is still on this list, so I have to end my transformation. And the reason for that is I need the MR for my robe to guarantee I don't die. But what I can do is I can Yara's this guy. I see, unfortunately, that there's a Greater Mummy here. Pretty annoying. I'm going to Quaff Magic, and I'm going to just Apocalypse. Lich loses his magic. That's pretty cool. It's not going great. Let's, I'm thinking large rocks are the answer here, or possibly the lightning rod. He's not resistant to lightning. Let's see if we can't just lightning him to death. And he's done. Awesome. Now we'll try to take out the Greater Mummy. Oh, he doesn't want to die. And we're within torment range. So let's, sadly we're not going to get this Greater Mummy today. We're just going to take the Pog, and we're going to get our rest, which is what we should have done. See, if I could kill that Greater Mummy, I would immediately get... Oh, jeez. That was a mistake. I'm going to Power Leap here and go up. This is fine. We can Stare Dance this dude. Staff form 32%. Wow. Let's go down, and we'll just melee him to death. We'll bring him up, away from the priest. He got blinded by our ability, by Rue. Go back down. If we get tormented, we'll go back up. We're tearing him apart with staff form. Let's bring him up now. I'm remembering the other game where I was, it was the Felot, I guess, where I was using Discord to have the Scorpions kill the Greater Mummies. That was the first time I'd done that. And, man, I want to do that again, but it's not going to happen on this character. I know I don't have positive energy on right now, and that's a-okay with me. Okay, I'm just going to go up and rest. Yeah, unfortunately I had forgotten that, well, you can, for some reason I was under the impression that the only MR threat in here is Sphinxes. I had forgotten about the Lich problem. So walking around with positive energy on all the time, maybe not the best choice. Anyway, like I was saying, my drain will go off incredibly quickly with this as a plus side because stuff is worth so much experience in here. Oh man, I forgot you can get drained. You can get drained by the death curses. I gotta be in staff form when I fight this stuff. I mean, I got drained even though I had positive energy on, so one pip is just not, it's not gonna cut it. Oh man, they come out of the woodwork, man. They really do. And you get tormented sometimes when you get the death curses. This is going to be a character where death curses are way worse for a variety of reasons. I don't want to be fighting right here, so I'm not gonna. I'm gonna leave. Goodbye. This has been a rather miserable Tomb 1 experience so far. Mainly because we got ambushed at every turn. Oh boy, Death Scarabs. Power Leap takes out Death Scarabs really easily. Sort of one-shots him. Okay, cool. That's a Greater Mummy. Let's set up a Pog in case we need to leave. It's not the best Pog I've seen in my life, but I'll take it. Throw some large rocks. Throw some more large rocks. Throw some more large rocks. Throw penetration since he's rudely gotten set up like this here. Get that damage in, even though he's, you know, not next to me, or not in a line of fire. Got stuff in the way, you know. Oh man, We're really burning through food, though. No Staff of Energy. Not that that's really the main problem. Okay, that is a Potion of Experience. Looks like this guy has Banishment. Okay, we're gonna Pog, just in case we need to get away. And then we're gonna use Javelins of Penetration to clear the path, and throw rocks until he's dead. Notice I'm not turning on stat form. That's on purpose, because I throw rocks faster when I'm living. Well, I guess you're living either way, sort of. You know what I mean, though, when I'm not a statue. I will put on statue form to kill things that do death curses, though, so that we don't get drained as much if that's the thing that happens. Another reason why I want to train translocations, by the way, is to get my spell power up on Lesser Beckoning, so I can pull things to me from further away. That's huge here. Huge. Really, really good. Although I kind of have to weigh how much food staff form is costing versus how much I want to be not drained. Yeah, Torment does a lot of damage to a character with big hit points and only 1 pip of Arneg. Okay, I'm gonna power leap this dude. That could have gone poorly. Alright, that's Tomb 1. Now the fun in quotes starts. Gonna have the ambush to deal with here. First, I'm gonna drink this Potion of Experience. Let's put it all into spellcasting. I'm kind of hoping it cuts the hunger down. It does not. What a shame. Malign Gateway is pretty good now. I'm going to blow one of these hastes for this, because the ambush can be pretty bad here. I'm going to Brilliance so I can Malign Gateway. I'm gonna Agility just because. Do I want to use a Might? I do not. And I am going to Staff Form. Jeez. Alright, well let's Magic Map. So we know where these exits are. And now we know where these exits are. Probably going to get slowed pretty quickly. Wow. Well, Frederick is not that big of a deal, but that Ancient Lich is a problem. I guess I'm just gonna have to... Well, there's my... What just did a fireball at me? Or a firebolt. Smoke... Oh, it was a sticky flame from the smoke demon. That would have been bad. Okay, so I have my Malign Gateway, and I kind of want to just fight with him next to me. I'm thinking Apocalypse is in order here, even though there's not as much stuff near me as I'd like. If I Apocalypse now, I don't get AF slowed. So we're going to do that. It's going to make a ton of noise, and that's fine. This dude can paralyze us. That's horrible. So we're going to end transformation. No. We're going to pop on Pro Magic first. And I'll rock this dude. He doesn't get hit for some strange reason. Oh, man. good. He's dead. Let's pog closer to our friend. And 1, 2, 1, 2. This is closer. Whoa, we don't want to be here. We definitely don't want to be here because this guy can paralyze us. So we'll go in, kill the dude there. We'll actually step onto the upstairs. And now we're more or less safe. It's not ideal still. We can still get paralyzed by that Ancient Lich. But fighting here is awesome because our gateway, as long as it remains loyal, is going to do some real work for us. While we're at it, let's go ahead and do a Phantom Mirror on Frederick here. He might do some nice spells for us, and it'll clear up a spot in my inventory. Cool. I'll throw some large rocks at him. Never resist a chance to use penetration on multiple things that scare me. I really ought to... Oh, wow. Eldritch Tentacle has gone hostile. That's actually pretty bad. I didn't expect it to happen quite so fast. Did that just happen? No, it must have happened last turn. Well, I gotta leave. Could have gotten paralyzed as I got hit there. That's annoying. Okay, let's evaluate what all we killed, and was it enough to continue what we're trying to do here. So technically I'm going to land like here, and if I wanted to I could pog over to here, sort of, instead of up here where everything is. I think I'm going to drink Brilliance again. Staff form. I still have Scrolls of Holy Word, and I still have Apocalypse handy. Slowed. Very bad, very bad. And I can't malign. Jeez, I was really hoping that all these guys were dead. The scarabs. I'm using Control Undead. Wow, quite a lot here. We're slow and in staff form, so we can eat a lot of torments at the same time here. Really, really bad. I'm gonna do Control Undead again. I miscast. Oh my god. Look at all this. Okay, I'm gonna risk one more Control Undead. Shocked that I'm not eating a million and a half. A million and a half torments here. Alright. We're gonna Apocalypse. Given how horrible this is, I'm thinking that my whole plan of going into Tomb was probably a bad idea. Assuming I survive this, I don't think we're gonna attempt Tomb 3. This is too much. Let's Apocalypse now. Clear out the board a bit. Oh nice, we killed the Instant Lich immediately. Very good. And I'm gonna go ahead and Holy Word. And I'm gonna teleport. Oh, there's that, there's that torment. Swing to kill the Greater Mummy. This teleport hopefully will just land me somewhere I can rest for a minute. Jeez. Oh man. Well, that didn't work. I'm gonna Ambrosia real fast. Oh wow. Well, that's interesting. Alright, well, I'm not slow anymore. I haven't been for a little while. I'm going to move once. Cool. Now I'm going to drink Curing. And I'm going to pog past this stuff. Fine. I will just walk. Wow, I could take a lot of damage, though, from iron shots from these dudes. I almost want to use my Blink Scroll. Frederick has really made this situation awkward because I'm so slow in stat form that I could eat, like, a couple iron shots from, well, a couple stone arrows from this dude. Iron shot from this dude. Whoops, I did not mean to take a step. I need to be more careful about what I'm doing. Yeah, long story short is I could take quite a lot of damage all at the same time, and there's, it'd probably be more than my hit points. Let me see just how much damage, Nets would be good here if I wasn't quite so surrounded and I wouldn't have much time to make use of it. Yeah, wow, his iron shot could do like 100 damage. I have to blink out of here. He could kill me at any moment. Okay, this whole thing sucks. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. As much as it's gonna make the videos weird, this whole idea was a little bit silly to start with. We're just going to have to... We're just going to have to go into depths, honestly. We just got to get some experience. I'm not willing to go into Elf as much as I'd like to get that treasure. Well, actually, you know, why not? We'll go to Elf. I could swap on to get RF Null, and if I succeed, I get the treasure. Whereas in depths, I might have to deal with just as much fire damage and no guaranteed reward. So we'll just say that was a little detour for experience, yeah. I don't think we could have died there, by the way, based on what I did. I just think it would have been very close. I mean, depending on if he could, in fact, iron shot me like 4 times in a row with the help of the servitor, I'm not so sure. I think with stat form slowness, yes. It's fairly unlikely based on how big my AC was and whatnot, but that doesn't mean I was playing right. Frederick really complicated that situation a lot. Surprisingly, Mora did not cause an issue. Oh, wow. Yeah, that could have been really bad. See, this is what I'm talking about with the lack of RF, that I can't have it on all the time. I opened this door and I immediately got hit with Bolt of Magma, but I could have gotten hit with like 3 bolts of fire or something. I just died. Let's Apocalypse this stuff. This is a situation where Apocalypse is more than the right choice. And we get to eat a bunch of elf. Suppose I could pop on Golden Dragon Scales, or even Fire Dragon Scales. Boy, I am missing the days when I had the mutation. Oh, wow. Maybe I'll just keep this Golden Dragon armor on for a little while. Because at least with this, I'm like guaranteed that I can't take a ton of damage from anything. I've got, well, I guess electric. And for the most part, this stuff is just going to die quick. no matter what I'm wearing. Oh man, all right. Now I need to have the scales off because I need to have Pog to be able to get away from situations. If I can't reset fights, I'm basically screwed. This is fine. I'm always fine fighting the knights because I have RC null. Let's put on stat form. Hello. This is a good opportunity to lamp fire. And I'll just penetrate through. And we'll just swing on this stuff for the most part, remembering that of course we can Yaras these dudes. I should be focusing down the mages first, actually, not the archers, because the mages can have fire and we're vulnerable to fire. Got a book here. Nothing we will need or ever even be able to cast, most likely. Okay, there's that wand of digging I've been wanting for a while. So, better late than never, I suppose. There's a couple places where I would want digging. I guess I'm gonna pop into Crypt real fast. Apparently there was a couple things in here. Oh, yeah, okay, I'll take that. There's a box in there at least. And see blink. Okay, that was a good haul. I'm not even gonna bother with the Randar Greatsword though. Back to Elf. Okay, this is good that we can kill Hull and Elf. That's gonna make things a little easier. I don't even want to cast on these archers if I don't have to. Save myself the spell hunger, you know. I do not need a Wand of Lightning. I don't need a third Ring of Positive Energy either, nor do I need a Ring of Intelligence. Man, that ambush. I'm just thinking about how totally miserable that ambush is in Tomb now. I mean, the game is just merciless in Tomb. Before, if you were clever, you could kind of rush into it, which is what I was trying to do. Like 5th Rune, Tomb, pretty cool stuff. But I mean, good luck doing that. Oh, what am I trying to do? I want to dig. I'm trying to, yeah, Yaras. I'm trying to force Yaras here. Yes, you can do it at invisible things, and yes, it works. Cool little kill hole action. Kill holes are really handy in Elf. As long as his repel missiles is off, I'm just gonna throw rocks at him and kill him. And I have Apocalypse as my go-to if I've got a problem. Kill him with stones if I feel like it. As long as he doesn't put repel back up, which he does, so we just kill him with Yaras. Thankfully, we have enough hit points that we can survive a pretty nasty set of circumstances happening despite the vulnerabilities. That's why I'm not even bothering to swap for these fire elementals. You'll notice that I don't like swapping, even if it is optimal. I'll do it if I feel like I have to, We got Desolation here. But man, this character, I made a bad judgment call going into Tomb. Thankfully, we didn't suffer too badly for it. We used some resources. I don't think there was any moment, probably, when we could have died, unless I did my math wrong. Maybe next to Frederick. But it was the wrong decision. Because this is certainly doable. It's just obnoxious. It's just a lot of stair dancing required. Just trying to get this stuff next to me. Now that we're, well, we'll kill this first and then we'll just rock these dudes, literally. Alright, now let's magic map. I'm gonna see what we can do about Desolation, but I am not so sure. I'm gonna use Javelins against this. This is a top tier threat, of course, so it's a big deal. I'm gonna have to take it to the staircase for this to be reasonable to do. Yeah, so he can just acid us over and over and over and over. Or he can abyss me. Oh man, Really? Yeah, it's my fault. I had positive energy on. I still had it on from Tomb. That's why that was possible. Let's see. Deep Elf Sorcerer. Yep, he can't banish me as long as I have the ring on. Well, that's on me. But thankfully, this is only Abyss 3. Maybe we'll come across the rune. Maybe not. We're certainly, I mean, almost certainly not going to have any kind of luck getting to Desolation, but you know what? Maybe that's fine. Desolation sucks. It's a miserable, miserable branch. It's very hard to do without wasting a ton of resources. The whole level just kind of converges on you in my experience for some reason. All things being equal, I don't even want to go in there. Sounds an awful lot like sour grapes, I know, but the truth is I kind of expected to walk in, have some trouble, and take the portal out. That's how probably 50% of my Desolation Assault entrances go. It's like walk in, get barbed, fight a couple things, and then just leave. So it's like, God forbid, you really don't want to teleport in there. I mean, of course, you've seen me do it, but you really don't want to. It ends badly half the time. Probably more than half the time. Wow, this Nekazek doesn't want to get rocked. But you know what? This is cool. I'm fine with being in the Abyss right now because this character is strong enough to handle it. And I could use the experience, honestly. Let me drop this stupid wand. I don't know why. I keep getting wands of flame. Let's see if there's anything else. Yes, a scroll of shield. Scroll of enchant armor. Should we put on the shield? There we go. Gateway out. Let's pull him up. And we kill him in one hit. There is a distant wind still, surprisingly. I guess it didn't take as long as I thought it would to get out. They bunch up in a way that's very convenient. Alright, I'll go in. But no promises I'm actually gonna Why is there a dead dart slug? That's strange. Okay, I guess we made it in. I'm just gonna shout here, and I'm gonna fight on the entranceway. And I'm just gonna do that for a while. Do I have any food? Cool, I do. I can stay engorged. I don't know why things only be... They only, the level only beelines towards me when I don't want it to. I can make all the noise in the world. Oh, of course, the Zerk kicks in. That's not so bad, actually. Okay. I suppose I could Apocalypse for noise, but I'm not going to waste Drain on that. I should carry around, like, a lightning wand. Rod, in my experience, doesn't seem to make as much noise, but I could be wrong about that. Now that we have this handy-dandy noise bar in the top right, I could actually check these things without having to go into the code and see. I think, wait, let me look at the entrance thing here, past all this shout spam. I want to see if noise travels further here or not as far. You enter a great desolation assault. Branch is very noisy, so sound travels much less far. Yeah, see, I would not have guessed that. I mean, it makes sense, but I wouldn't have guessed it based on how things tend to follow me here, like, forever. And supposedly, I mean, if that's really how it works, that means I should be able to, like, boom, lure one thing and take it out one at a time, which I guess works versus saltlings, but... of course, the Hierophants or one of these guys can stop the storm. Okay, what's this dude do? Resonant Strike, fine. I'm gonna go to staff form. Bring him and kill him. Pretty easy so far. Easier time than I thought I would have. But we haven't had much of a challenge yet either. Ah, here's some stuff. These are the dudes who can, yeah, they can still the winds. Not too concerned about the lightning bolts, though. Let's Pog. Wow, and Pog finally works. Let's take a step. Let's immolate. All right, you cannot immolate. You cannot immolate the saltlings. This isn't quite working. There we go. That's what I wanted. Nice immolate without any damage on me from the fire. This one's going to do some damage to me. Let's pog away so that doesn't happen. Okay, well, that's fine. It ended, so we didn't take any damage anyway. Yeah, something to remember. Magic immune enemies cannot be immolated. So if you're trying to do wacky moves like that, just bear in mind, it won't work. I have a large stockpile of immolates here, so I'm trying to get some work out of them, you know. Oh geez, I'm still slow. Let me just be slowed and in stamp form at the same time. That's cool. Alright, cool. Slow's over. That's my own fault, you know. I'll complain about it, but it's my fault. I mean, I know I have Berserkitis, so... And I know that Berserk ends with you being slow, or paralyzed at the worst. Yeah, well, I'm a little surprised at how well this has gone so far. Let's Power Leap over here. I want to kill this dude as fast as possible since he does shadow creatures. Hellzid Warlock is probably the most dangerous thing you'll see in here because he summons, you know, everything else that's in here. So you can imagine how that gets out of hand pretty quickly. We've actually got pretty decent summonings. I don't think I really care about any of this stuff at this point in the game, but it's worth looking into what else there is. Probably not Hydra, yeah, 45%. Mana Vipers could be worth it. Oh, geez. I'm gonna make a note of that. Mana Viper could be pretty useful. That's, I mean, especially in Tomb. Yeah, that could be a good move. Shadow Creatures could be a good move. We've got that down to 10%. I didn't realize my summoning was quite so high. That's really quite good. Really, really good. Bit surprising. I mean, I guess it shouldn't surprise me since I have Malign most of the way online. Okay. Yeah, probably nothing other than that. Maybe Shadow Creatures. I'll make a note of that too. It's worth looking into at least. All right. Artifact Ring. That's like a cruel joke. I mean, I'm going to keep it because it's RN+++, and that's ludicrous, but... Oh, man. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll drop one of my Rings of Positive Energy. In fact, I want to drop both my Rings of Positive Energy because I've got that now, and generally if I'm facing RN, I'm not worried about RF. I'm going to roll the dice on this amulet. Thankfully, it's not... Thankfully, it is not harm, but it's also something we don't really need. I'm going to pick it up, though, because I could see myself wearing that in the future under certain circumstances if I find the right set of items. Okay. Shouldn't have too much trouble with the rest of this. I probably overestimated how much trouble I'd have with this. I'm going to let this dude summon. Oh, I didn't realize it would summon to the left. For some reason I was under the impression it would only summon things, you know, not past me. So we'll take off the stuff. We'll take out the stuff to my left first since I have Lamp of Fire working on the stuff on the right. And then I'm just going to attack the things that aren't in the flames. Wow, did he... Oh, that's cool. I mean, it's not good for me, but that's cool. He can... the air becomes perfectly still. He can not just erase the clouds from, you know, the natural salt clouds that are in this area. He can take away my fire clouds. So that's something to keep in mind if you're a cloud mage of some sort, if you're relying on freezing cloud or something in here. I mean, not only are you not going to be able to land it on top of the clouds of salt, but they will be able to erase it. Sorry, I'm a little tired. Get that yawn in. Okay, there should only be one more, maybe two more structures with loot in them. This guy's kitted out. He's got some artifact stuff on. Take the ring. Take a look at that here in a second. Sometimes they, of course, they will pick up. They'll just pick stuff up. Try it on. Hello. That's a ring we want. That's awesome. Really, really good. This one, not so much. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, it's MR+, but it gives me N-2. I don't think I need to be wearing that. Yeah, but wow, that RF plus ring, it's not exactly what we were looking for, but I can't complain. Wow. Jeez. Well, let me think about this. 34% Malign Gateway with Wizardry on. Take it off. put on my Ant plus 4, RF plus 4 million other things item. Malign Gateway becomes more or less uncastable. Staff form goes back red. Need a little more casting training if I want to be able to not wear this whiz. It's because we lost the mutation that weakened our magic but gave us whiz. Although, if I did a little bit more... If I did a little bit more earth and transmutations and got stat form down to yellow without that whiz ring, that would be worth probably wearing the RF ring full time and just dropping whiz. As much as I'd like to have whiz. Okay, we got a nice little chunk of experience off Desolation. My complaints were invalid. I actually took that out pretty easily. Doing a little bit of over and underestimation, I think, ever since I started this video. I mean, Tomb could have been a disaster. Tomb was a disaster. So, well, we're back on track, so that's fine. Let's bail out of here. Now that we've looted the place. We're going to go ahead and drop this amulet because we won't be using it for a while, most likely. If this sort of trend continues, just the general way this game is going, you could probably see me... You could probably see me just finishing out the game in FDA. I say FDA because, well, obviously Orbs of Fire. Made this little kill hole here. It's the smartest way to fight these things, really. Let's drop some stuff. Oh wow, when did I get 2 Scrolls of Acquirement? Probably very recently. Probably in Desolation. Well, we certainly have things that we want. I would say that our rings, while they're not the best, well, we have some options for rings at least. Then again, armor. I'm thinking armor because the hat slot could have a resistance on it, the shield slot could have a resistance on it, the cloak slot could have a resistance on it, and some more AC, so on and so forth. A lot of options there, so I think we're going to go for armor. There's a scarf. Let's quickly... Hopefully it'll be extreme temperatures or whatever. Let's drop the artifact one and see. Guardian Spirit. Okay, armor again. Hey, that's a fun one. Not really something that helps us too much. But it's more AC. It's Aralek without staff form on, so, you know, that's nice. And it's See Invisible, which means I get to drop this ring. I lose 1 point of intelligence, but I gain 1 point of AC, like I said, so it's not terrible. It's not something I care about that much. It's an unrand, so I mean, I guess I get the fun of using an unrand, I suppose. Some people are partial to unrands. Personally, I'd rather have whatever's good, you know. Unless it's like one of those unrands you really, really, really want. If it's like, you know, Wormbane or something cool like that. Or like Amulet of 4 Winds, then partial to that one. Just to give you every single piece of MR you'd ever possibly want. Pretty good, you know. I mean, probably on almost any other character I would be overjoyed to see that crown. It's just not, it's not huge for this one. Sounds ungrateful, I'm sure, but I really would like some RF plus, RF plus plus even. So let's see. Let's pop on RF plus instead of Wiz and see what happens. Still 12% stat form, but we're getting there. I think it's dropped down from what it was a second ago. And of course we can swap. We can always swap. Orange crystal statue. I know it does shadow creatures and it does confusion, which it can't do to me, and it can drain my int. And it can drain me of mana. I'm gonna large rock this dude to death. It does a ton of damage. It's fine. And of course, javelins. Wow. Okay, there we go. Cool. And all the fake elves go away. Tabbing, of course, is really... The tabbing algorithm is not smart. It goes for the closest thing. It doesn't care if that thing is actually summoned or not. Let's power leap in here. Enchant up my shield some more. Why not? See, this helmet we unfortunately can't use. And we'll take this meat. And we'll go up. You know what? That was stupid. I just did a really dumb thing. I took a hatch from Elf 3 to Elf 2. That could have landed me right in the middle of the Hollow Blades. And while I don't think that would kill this character, it could be a real unfun time, considering there could be some flaming weapons in there. So that was a misplay. Thankfully, it didn't bite us. It's not like it would have killed me instantly or anything, but could have forced me to use resources. So. Something to bear in mind, you know. Mistakes do happen. Whoops. Like that. Well, that wasn't really a mistake. I mismoved for a second there, but the real problem was that I got Berserkitis. Wouldn't it be nice if we found just like seven potions of mutation for me to work off all these nasty mutations? Still not sure how I feel about the mutation system in this game. Like, sometimes I feel like it's good, really balanced, really interesting. Makes for some interesting choices. But the more I think about it, I think maybe it was more interesting before, when it was cure mutation potions and mutation potions. 5 scrolls of blinking. Are you joking? That's maybe if I find 5 scrolls of blinking and I have like 15 runes, then maybe I use that after I finish out Zot. Okay, let's pog, and then let's blast from the past. We'll use confusing touch. And we'll use Shroud of Galubria. We still have it. And we're going to get him towards us with Beckoning, and we're going to swing on him. If he doesn't die before we take too much damage, we just pog away. Hey, he's confused from the touch, and we kill him. Cool. That is careful play. We had a plan in case everything went wrong. That's what you gotta do against these dudes. I'm just excluding this because I don't want to fight what's in the vault yet. I want to clear out the rest of the level. And we'll clear out the vault here in a minute. And that's done. So we go back. Now, I don't think this is going to work for me, but I'm going to try this nonetheless. Digging. Oh, hey. Never mind. It does work. Wow. This is bad. I didn't quite... Okay, that's fine. That could have been really bad. Oh, I didn't think anything was coming because nothing shot it back. Well, I guess it doesn't have to. Here's shout X2. Go stat form and fight it. Oh, some more stuff coming. Cool. Every little bit we lure out of there makes this easier. This isn't as easy as it once was. Because stuff just doesn't come out of the vault as easily. It's marked as patrol or something. I'm sure I've mentioned that before on one of the characters I've done elf with. There's some kind of flag that makes them not want to leave. Okay, I want to kill this dude here, and the reason for that was I didn't want him to mess up my little hidey hole by turning it into earth elementals. So I bypassed that entirely by just killing him before he got a chance to mess up my day, you know. Oh, hello. Let's try to kill this thing with large rocks. I just realized that killing him at range is actually smarter than immediately jumping into melee with him, because Corrosive Bolt doesn't, I don't think it has the full range of the entire screen, right? Yeah, only 5 pips. So we got a couple rocks in there before he had a chance to... In fact, throwing rocks down this hallway was probably superior to using the kill hole, because I can hit 2 at once with javelins of penetration. Wow, neither of these guys want to eat it. There we go. Why don't we just go into the hallway and at least be able to fight the stuff one at a time. You know, if I was looking for quick blades, I'd be pretty happy. Ooh, Berserkitis. At least we slaughtered the... It actually helped us there. Let me slaughter the sorcerer really easily, but that could have been bad if I had just missed. Certainly a thing that can happen. This is why I hate Berserkitis. It introduces this level of randomness into your game. It becomes very hard to deal with in a predictable way, and you can really just get killed instantly in a way, and you have to work around it. Oh man, I didn't quite do that right, but let's see how this works. Okay, cool, we got him. Could have been better, it could have been worse. Let's check on what our casting is like. Okay, we got 10% staff form, yellow without the whiz ring. That's pretty cool. We're going to keep the whiz ring on us in case we get drained pretty bad and can't cast things anymore. But otherwise, we're living the dream of not having vulnerabilities, which I guess isn't really the dream, but maybe I should say we're out of the nightmare. So we're not going to take massive damage from that crap anymore, which takes away a lot of my fears. Not really a thing that helps us entomb, unfortunately, but we have this to help us entomb. And hey, there is still a very full, very complete. Oh, what am I doing? Why am I in stat form? I don't want to be in stat form for this. Let's pog that way. Tiaras. Bad move to haste yourself against me. Okay, we're going to use rocks instead of javelins because I want this guy killed as fast as possible. If he... Yeah, I was going to say if he hits us with one more acid, I'm probably going to start... I'm just going to pog and reset the fight. But he kindly died, so no problem. Pick up some of these rocks. Maybe we can lure some more stuff out here. Okay, this is good. This is fine. Oh, wow, Pog actually put the Pog right on top of me this time. That's neat. I can start training other things, actually. Let's go ahead and get our unarmed combat up. I'll try throwing as well. Well, you know what? Man, unarmed combat, the cost is so high. Higher than you'd think for 0 skill. But I just really want to get it to 27. I'm starting to get stubborn with my skills where I want it to be finished. That's not optimal probably, but on the other hand, in staff form, I really want unarmed combat to be as fast as humanly possible. Anyway, let's just throw some rocks. This is where we will use javelins. Try to kill all these dudes at once. Wow, he just doesn't want to eat it. Yeah, we redirect the lightning bolt with Rue automatically. That's pretty cool. I guess I'll keep javelining here. I like that he's blind. Really takes away a lot of the bite, the potential bite. Wow, did we just, that's a triple kill. An Annihilator, a Master Archer, and a Death Mage all at the same time. How cool is that? Let's walk on out of here. Go into staff form and... Well, surprisingly the other stuff didn't follow us, but that's fine. These Master Archers aren't going to do much to me. I mean, I have insane AC, 31 AC with staff form. I guess it's not insane, but it's really good. And I've got this shield. I've got 27 shield. That makes it rather difficult for me to take bow attacks. Oh, geez. Oh, man. I shouldn't have come in here so soon. Let's pog next to this dude. Actually, let's beckon him now and take him out. Really concerns me to be next to things with Damnation. Or Hellfire, if you prefer. Particularly in staff form. But all's well that ends well. We take it out. Oh man, I'll drop this Wand of Lightning. Gonna see that loot. Can feel the suspense. Well, that room sucks. The other one probably will too for the little mini rooms. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in here usually. I'm not super familiar with this one. I think it's, yeah, there's like this little back area, and these are the actual treasure rooms. And elves get stuck back here. Which is actually a good thing, because it means that less elves to fight in the front, you know? Okay, this one sucked. Nothing really that we want. Okay, sack of spiders, solid. Don't need this ring of fire, either of them really. Don't need this wand of polymorph. Got a book here, Book of Battle. That has really good things in it. I'm gonna go ahead and memorize Song of Slaying. Put that on Y, I guess. Artifact book with deflect missiles, something we probably will never be able to memorize, but is a very good spell. Yeah, all in all, this is just a little bit disappointing. Nothing terribly interesting here. It's not too bad though. I mean, all in all, the whole trip to Elf was lucrative. Wow, this video has gone to an hour and 15 minutes, so I'm probably gonna call it a night. We got some progress in. We had a little bit of a hiccup there in Tomb. I don't even know what I'm gonna label this video. Tomb stupidity and then absconding to Elf or something. I don't know. But we have Song of Slaying now, which is neat. 14%, but no miscast, no colored miscast. So anything bad that happens is not a big deal. Although we should train charms a bit just to get the spell power up so it lasts longer. Yeah, a little disappointing. Little disappointing here with these items. I was hoping for something in the final vault that I really wanted, but none of it was particularly important. Which leaves me again kind of wondering where I'm going to go next. But since we've solved our resistances problem, or at least we've made it not terrible, that tells me that the right place to go next is Depths. And we'll just kind of forget Tomb exists for a while. I'm not sure exactly what I need on this character to deal with Tomb, other than some more, like probably a little more RC plus since Frederick is in there. Maybe deflect missiles, although that's getting to be a little bit crazy in terms of more magic to train. I think I just need better defenses. I just need more experience. This is one of the weird situations where usually when you're in the late game, people will say all the time, well, you don't need more experience, you just need to play better. And technically, that's, I mean, sure, you can always play better, you can always make better decisions. But on a lot of characters, experience really does matter. But on this one especially, I just need more defenses and more attack. I just need to be able to kill things faster and not die as fast. I mean, it's really not any more complicated than that. So, I mean, I really just need to train unarmed fighting, dodging, throwing, shields to a lesser degree, transmutations in earth to get AC on staff form. Like, I could train all that crap for the rest of the game and get 15 runes, and it would be the smart decision. That's really all this character needs to do, is just be better at punching things and killing them, or better at throwing things and killing, and not dying in the process. And unfortunately, with my crappy apps, I could probably train that for all that stuff for a very, very, very long time before even coming close to maxing it. Chances are good the only 27 skill we're going to get this game is unarmed combat, which is just how the cookie crumbles when you're playing a troll. I mean, what do you expect? So yeah, I'll probably go to D15 and then park us here. Park us at the entrance of Depths, actually. And I mean, the more I play this character, the more tempted I am to just say screw it, pop on some FDA, and just go into Zot and finish the game. But I kind of, the thing is, I really kind of wanted to do a bruiser character that rolls through extended, because all of my extended characters have been pretty much primary casters. I mean, there's a Felid, I use staff form to fight things, but it's still primary caster, really. There was the Octopode, which was obviously a primary caster. I think those are the only two that I've done 15 runes on for videos. So Troll might be a nice change of pace, even if I am using some of the same stuff, you know, the spells that I prefer. I mean, Malign Gateway is pretty high-level magic, but I don't know, I think it might be a little bit interesting. It would be more interesting, though, if I did like a Minotaur Berserker and then did extended with that. I think that might be fun, too. and actually stuck with Trog. So I have some stuff in the pipeline. I have some ideas on what to do. Might be entertaining, but in terms of this character, I do think it might be kind of fun to do extended with it, just to kind of see how a Troll of Rue differs from a Fellow of Rue, which was my last video series. But anyway, this video is way too long, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it out here. Next time we'll do depths. Assuming that doesn't take too long, I might throw something else on top of that, but most likely just depths in the next video. So until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing Tomb, well, part of Tomb, and Elf.